Helps them jump right back in, keeps the imagination and creativity sharp, so lots of benefits to reading there. And it's a great way to stay inside and to stay cool from this heat. It's very, very hot outside. Here's a look at what we did today. Temperatures got into the upper 90s. For us in Corpus Christi, we got up to 98, so about 5 degrees above our average high. Thankfully, we did not set a new record high temperature, but it's very muggy outside. So that means not only are we warm and muggy and sticky overnight, in the afternoons we are just flat out hot in the 90s, but it feels like 111 right now. So make sure if you have any evening plans tonight that you're staying hydrated. We do have that heat advisory going till 7 this evening, and then we have another one already issued for tomorrow. That's going to go from about noon till 8 p.m. tomorrow, so it's a little bit longer than the one we had today. That's because it's going to be hot yet again, but a little bit hotter tomorrow than we were today, getting into the upper 90s again tomorrow afternoon with feels like temperatures in the middle 110s. So very important to continue practicing that heat safety. Here's a look at those counties included in tomorrow's heat advisory, again starting at noon going through 8 p.m. for tomorrow. So very widespread heat advisory and widespread heat. Unfortunately, it's not going to go anywhere. We're going to continue to expect daily heat advisories each and every day this coming week. You can see the heat is just relentless, upper 90s, and feels like temperatures in the middle 110s every single day, with Tuesday looking like the hottest day of them all. So the daily heat advisories, we may also start to see a couple of the excessive heat warnings being issued in there as well. So very, very hot weather, all courtesy of this high pressure. A very similar setup, like I mentioned yesterday, to the end of June when we had that nearly record-breaking heat last month. A very similar setup. However, this high pressure is going to scoot a little further to the west, but you can still see how it's extended over us, this kind of orangey red color. So that means we're still going to be pretty hot here in Corpus Christi, as well as pretty dry. Not really expecting any rain in much of Texas or in the coastal bend. So we are going to stay dry, hot, and humid for at least the next week. The one good thing the high pressure does is keep a lot of tropical activity away from us. And new today, the National Hurricane Center is watching this very broad area here to the east of Bermuda, with a 30% chance of developing into a non-tropical low. And then as it tracks southward a little bit, it could acquire some subtropical characteristics. Now, what that means is basically it's north of the Tropic of Cancer, so it can't really be considered tropical because it's not in the tropics. However, it is going to eventually go back north, go over some cooler water, so eventually it's not really going to be a threat to anyone anymore, least of all us here in Texas. What we will be watching though is later this week, a little plume of Saharan dust could be impacting us by Thursday or Friday. Not too thick, but it could be giving us a little bit of some haze in our skies by Thursday or Friday again. Then heading into next week, a bigger plume of dust that's currently in the central Atlantic that would possibly come into South Texas and the coastal bend. That one looks to be, again, a little bigger, a little thicker, and that one would be impacting our air quality a little bit more. Here's a look at our lows for tonight. Upper 70s for a lot of the coastal bend, 80 for Corpus Christi, and then tomorrow afternoon, another very hot day here for July. It's going to be 98 in Corpus Christi tomorrow, so similar in terms of our high here, but a little more humid, so that's going to translate to hotter, feels like temperatures. And again, that's not going anywhere. It's going to be very hot this entire week, so make sure that y'all are practicing that heat safety and staying hydrated. Brian.